Hi, this is Shoei Botone. Welcome to Haskell News. Alcohol advertising seems to not only be a problem for staff, but for students as well. Here is Tara Eagleoak with the rest of the story.
Signs were posted up around Real Cloud Hall banning posters and flyers of weekend events and parties that involve alcohol. I got the chance to ask a few students and others if and why this advertising is a problem. Does alcohol advertising bother you in any way?
Yes, it does.
Can you tell me why?
Well, I drive a motorcycle, and I don't like people putting stuff on my motorcycle. I don't like people touching my motorcycle. It's my motorcycle. So whenever I go out and find a flyer stuck on my motorcycle, I have extremely issues. Whenever I go up to my room and I find them slid under my door, I have issues. Whenever I try and sit down at a table, nice clean table, and there's a big pile stack of them, I have to get them out of my way so I can do my homework. So I have issues.
And do you think these advertisements influence students to go out and party and be ridiculous?
No, they're going to do it if they're going to do it.
Personally, in some ways it could, but taking that away also says a lot about Haskell as an institution itself. Makes it way different from other universities, because what are we doing different here that they're not doing other places? So in that way, it kind of bothers me. We're just kind of like, it's different.
Yes, it does.
Why does it bother you?
Should bother most everybody. This is a dry campus. It's against the law, the physical law. On a side note, every time I go out to my truck, there's flyers for clubs, parties on my windshield. I go to every door and post them, slip them underneath the doors. There's stacks of them in the lobbies downstairs. There's just everywhere.
And do you think these alcohol advertisings influence students to go out and party and just be ridiculous?
No, not really. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it either way. It's just they're influencing them to which clubs to go to.
Of course it does. I mean, granted, I know people enjoy drinking and all that, and they all get a nice influence of having a good time when they see that, but the whole thought behind it of the people who are conducting these advertisements are influencing the people around us to want to consume into this lifestyle that they think is like extravagant or fun or really desirable, and it really destroys people from the inside out, man, if they don't have control over themselves. And I think that kind of influence on the psyche of our community, is just, it's detrimental.
So like the little flyers or like posters and stuff, does that,
Annoying?
yeah, is it annoying to you?
Yeah, actually, last semester I got asked to hand out a bunch of those flyers to people, and I just threw them away because I was like, I ain't being your middleman just so you guys can make money,
Yeah.
and let alone I ain't here to help aid in someone else's destruction of their own money. I mean, I'm not saying, don't have fun or anything, but like, I feel like when people don't take things in moderation or have any self-control, then things get bad.
I see them around and it becomes like habit, but I can see how for some people it's tempting, but personally, if you don't do that and you don't care about it, then it shouldn't bother you at all. You should just, it's just another flyer that you ignore. That's how I see it. But for the staff, whatever.
I'm a bartender. I
Where,
make drinks.
where are you a bartender at?
I'm a bartender at the pool room.
Okay. And does alcohol advertising bother you at all?
No, not necessarily. It's always advertised. It's advertised on TV. It's advertised in music. So people with flyers for parties, if people go party, they're gonna drink and they're gonna party. They're gonna do what they do. So it doesn't really have anything to do with flyers or anything. I'm pretty sure people were drinking long before there were flyers. An advertisement.
Do you think it influences a lot of people, a lot of college students?
The advertising?
Mm-hmm.
No. I think if you stopped all advertisement, they're still going to do it because they already know about it. their flyer to make someone want to drink.
What do you think a purpose of a flyer is?
To draw attention, more than likely, to whatever function that someone has for the total intent of them making some kind of a profit off of it.
One of Real Cloud's residential advisors stated that alcohol advertising is banned, and it should be because it's Haskell's policy. This is Tiara Eagle with Haskell News.
Haskell has strict visitation rules for the dormitories. I caught up with a couple of students to get their opinion on the matter. Here's more of that story. Many students do not agree with Haskell's strict visitation hours. Most agree that the rules should be more lenient and more like other universities, such as KU. I was able to catch up with some students to get some opinion on this matter.
I think that Haskell should lift their visitation hours because we're all adults on this campus, and the visitation hours start at noon, and it's inconvenience because classes start at 8, and some students might want to have like a study hall before their class. I especially don't think that on-campus students should have to sign into any dorm on campus. Off-campus students should, or students that don't go to Haskell at all, because having visitation hours doesn't make me feel like I'm in college, feels like I'm in high school.
Clearly think that's unfair, because what if like someone or a friend travels in far to visit you and has to wait till like after 12 to visit you inside the dorms, and I believe that is not fair at all. My friend had to leave even though she wasn't really living here. Oh, she was told that just because she didn't sign in, she got into big, deep trouble, which was really unnecessary, and she couldn't come back to Real Cloud or like the parking lot area. That's dumb. No.
This is Shelby Botone with Haskell News. Students were evacuated from Real Cloud Hall a couple weeks ago due to false alarm. Here's Justin Buster with the story.
Students were evacuated from Real Cloud last month. The fire alarms were tripped by lit candles and sparklers as some students waited to surprise their friend for her 21st birthday party. I spoke with the birthday girl, Shelby Botone.
Yeah, it was my birthday. It's
Your birthday?
Yeah. And my friends just tried to surprise me and everything, but I guess I took too long. Coming up the stairs and the candles were burning and the smoke, I guess, got to the smoke detector. And then all of a sudden the alarm just starts going off. And I just thought, it was a drill or something, because they usually pull those drills at like worst times at the night,
So
like they did it one time for finals week, like at 2 a.m. Yeah, I bet people remember that. See, I didn't do that.
There were 19 on there. 19 candles on the cake, and then there was 2 sparklers that made up the 21 candles.
And how long did it take?
It took like 10 seconds after we lit the candle. Well, the RA said that they walked up on the 3rd floor. We live on the 3rd floor, and they smell all the smoke in the room from the sparklers, so they knew it was our room. Plus, they opened the door, and like all the balloons were all over the place, and there was a birthday cake sitting on the counter.
I mean, I was laying in my bed, and I was trying to go sleep. I was sitting there praying. I was encountering God, and then, like, sure enough, that alarm just went off, and I was like, what? But I mean, I was awake, so I wasn't gonna complain or nothing. Like, I wasn't gonna trip out over it. Next time they should do that stuff outside or something.
I was in my bed. I was almost about asleep actually, and then I heard the fire alarm go off. And I'm just like, what's going on? So I would just guess maybe it was just a drill. So I just got up and I just walked out with everyone else. I think we were outside. It seemed like maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, it wasn't too long, and I didn't know if it was a real fire or not. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I just stayed outside and just waited until they said it was okay for us to go in.
The fire alarm, right? Yeah, I was sleeping. Yeah. No, I wasn't sleeping at all. No, I was there at the party with the birthday cake. They lit the candles. I told them not to, but they lit the candles. She was really old though, so you can't really blame anyone for that. But yeah, outside, fire alarm. at least they admitted it, you know. They were honest. People aren't honest as all the time, you know. I hope that next time they have a birthday cake, they invite more people and make less candles. Okay, so.
The residential student handbook prohibits open flame. The policy specifically cites candles, plants, and herbs as prohibited. Some exceptions are made for religious purposes, but staff must be notified. I'm Justin Buster, Haskell News.
Here is Shane Cordero with an update on Haskell Volleyball.
Haskell ladies had a great start, winning their first game against the College of the Ozarks, 25-22. The Ozark ladies came back in game 2, 25-17, as Haskell ladies' teamwork fell short. Haskell ladies could not keep up in game 3 with another loss of 14-25. In game 4, the ladies tried to come back with a closer effort, losing 20-25. Haskell is now 2-3 in the MCAC conference. The ladies will play away at College of the Ozarks October 4th.
And here's Justin Buster with a Haskell football update.
Another loss for Haskell in its last home game against Southwestern Assemblies of God. Malcolm Coleman led the team with rushing 64 yards. Kanku one-star led receiving with 82. For Sagu, Argolson led in rushing 120 yards. T. Griffin receiving with 49 yards. Quentin Newsom, here we'll see for receiving, he got one reception for a TD, rushed for about 20 yards there. Successful, 6 points. Haskell used the opportunity for a 2-point conversion, which they were successful at. Score was 16-8 at halftime. Sagu scored the only points of the second half with a field goal, successfully winning the game. Final score 19-8 Sagu. Haskell's record right now is 0-5. Hopefully they'll pick up a few wins before the end of the season. We're wishing them the best of luck. Onward Haskell.
That wraps it up for this segment of Haskell News. This is Shelby Bowtone, and thanks for watching.